All right. Before I came out the garage, I made a template that would fit both of the jigs, and it's 4x7 in the size of this. So I cut a bunch of blocks of wood to make the 4x7, and I've got the cams this right here. So this basically holds it all into play. And I got dog fillets right down in there, of course, to allow it to. I just got some blanks of plywood. I put some hardwood in there at first. Let's come over here and look at this. This is kind of what I've been messing with. First off, the mahogany and the oak come out really nice. I've got a little gap in there that I kind of closed up. Then I was trying to figure out how to get that going. And at the same time, I cut some out of pine. And these are smaller. But, for a small box, it would make a nice little hasp of some kind. And, so I'm working on that one still. This one I've pretty well dialed in. I was using plywood scraps to kind of dial my models in. And it's because of just junk stuff. So I've had some hardwood scraps that I just did to say, oh, that looks pretty good, just to see. But anyway, come up with the different ideas. I've come up with a place to put a pin in there, and then also messed around with a couple of this. Of course, plywood's not very good for cutting small parts because it just comes unlaminated. And then I threw a piece of western cedar from like a fence picket and threw that in there and come up with it. This is my prototype. So basically, this is just a pin, and of course this will slide out. I'm using one hand, but this pin right here will pivot down and go in there, and this can all be cut on out of the one piece of material. I did bring that down in there a little bit, but it makes for a very, very strong lock, and they come together. Of course, they hadn't been sanded at all. That comes in there, and then you lock it like that, and that holds it in there. It's got the round on it and the slot for the pin. And this, of course, broke out of there just because it's just a western cedar, so it's not very hardy wood. But anyway, that will, when the hasp is like this and down on there like that, then that will keep it, and then of course it won't pull. I mean, it'll lock it into place. So that's kind of what that is. And that prototype came out good. This is this piece here. I've got it machined down to where it's thinner, and then the pin. And what this will do is make a nice round hole, so that I'll probably be able to drill that. I may not keep that pin straight, because between this one and this one, that ought to allow me to run a straight cut down in there. If you try and run, on the end of it, it's hard to get all that to line up, and you want that to be at a nice, tight, so it doesn't slop. So anyway, so that's good there. And that lid will come down there and fall into place, and you just put it together like that. And then of course you can see where I got rid of the gap in there a little bit, draw that up. So that's what I'm working at. I'm going to get me some material, a hardwood, probably a piece of oak, and make some 1/2-inch blanks and cut some of those out. So that's what I'm working on. Use the bolt cutter to cut some pins for the piece, and that thing, the new cut, it cuts them. It does a pocket, and it goes in there and cuts them, pins them up a little bit, so you don't have to cut your different pieces. I left this one long just so that it's an easy finger pick, so you can put your finger in there and pick it up. It's got a little bit of a raise in there, so you could get your fingernail in there. So anyway, that's what we're doing. All right, there we go. She's flashing. And it wasn't doing that just a minute ago when she started flashing. So let's pop that open and see where we're at. All right, there's my deals here. I made 2 different sizes of them. This one's out of mahogany. Of course, it has the piece in there that will have the little slide on it. This one's made out of oak. I just need to cut the little locking piece. And there's the part that they came out of. And I got these little bitty guys that they come apart. This just made some of these out of pine. It'd be like for like a really small jewelry box. And of course I get the little cross thing in there with a little pin, and then these two as well. And you know, they're kind of they're relatively strong, so they would do probably a pretty good job of latching. I left the 2 holes in there, and that's it. They're a little rough. I haven't sanded anything, so here we go. So that was my first mix. These take about 3.5 minutes or so to cut, and this one cuts about 4.5 minutes. So there we go. Just need to cut the little side parts in there and drill them in. All right. These are the hinges, and we got some mahogany ones, some oak, some white oak, some red oak, and yeah. So there you go. These are the hinges. They basically open up like that, and then your hinges come apart right here. Not hinges, but latches. And then they, of course, go in like this. And this one here's got a little bit more of a gap. I'm going to fix that in the later redentions. And then this one here, one side opens up, that's for sure. Not sure which one it is. It's this side. Okay, that's the one that's got the overlap on it. Anyway, that's there. And of course, you know, the latch hangs down. It goes in like that. And of course, you know, they're fixed, so they come together like that. So anyway, there's that one. This is the mahogany one. And, you know, it's very similar to the rest of them. Put it in there. Of course, your box is going to be, these are mounted to a box, so that's your latch, whichever side you put your latch on. And then this one is like this one. This one I left the pins out, and I could actually glue in a little bitty piece of material to cover that with. And of course, I just glued in some glue in it. But anyway, that way I don't have to worry about things being split, and the piece is made on the CNC, and it's cut out and it fits in there. So you know, all I gotta do is maybe sand it just a hair. But anyway, there's that, and those come out good. These are the miniature ones, and they're very similar. They're a little more, you know, a little less to them. I don't have the cross hatches on them. They're just so small that I would probably make that hatch be a little bit different, whether it be you know, anyway. So I will say that I use some spur bits, and spur bits were a success in getting them things in there straight. That I didn't need them on these because they were cut. When I went back to retrofit these with the latches, the spur bit was all the difference in the world. They haven't been real. They've all been just machine sanded a little bit. They haven't really been touched up at all with the sander or anything. Make them round. Yeah, but anyway, it's a good project, and there we go. All right, after various modifications and messing with this just a little bit, I came up with a couple little changes on it, and let's just look at it real quick. Turn off my tool pass just so to make it a little bit clearer. And one couple things I changed in here, this piece here that fits in here, I went ahead and cut this out, then I ran a pocket around it, and then I cut the 1/8 inch hole for the pin, and this is rounded as well. So basically I pocketed down for the thickness of it, so that it just basically fits in the slot, no problem. And then I also took this and I put a 1/8 inch slot all the way from here, the end, all the way in. And what that does is that gives me a nice, clean slot that's straight for this pivot to work on, and then this is straight. So the two work together, and they're straight. Of course, it's already rounded off. Then if I want to, I can take a piece of wood, probably a piece of contrasting wood, and go ahead and glue that in there, and then sand it off. So I would lock the pin in, and so that works out good there. Probably don't need this to go all the way around. I could probably shorten this pin just a little bit, so I think I'll probably go ahead and do that while I'm here. But anyway, other than that, the jig worked fine. The hold downs worked fine with the cam, and the holes worked fine. I did, when I got around in this area here, I did slow down my process just a little bit on the shark. I can just turn it down. Went down about 70% when I was going around here cutting this, just because these pieces were like an 1/8 inch thick. And the softwoods, plywoods, I was having some rip out in it. But the hardwoods, they all cut just fine, just as long as I slowed it down a little bit. And anyway, that worked out good. And I will say that a spur bit is a really nice tool for getting everything to line up. If you're trying to get one of these to drill straight, spur bit does a lot better job of cutting a straight hole, going right through it, and because it's self-aligning, and it just made all the difference in the world in getting it done. All right, so that's all of my tool tips. We'll go over here and select all, and we'll preview all tool paths. So there's all of our goodies, and that's what you get when you're done messing with it. That's your slot, and all you need is a little bit of a welding rod, a little bit of sanding, and these are just a tad thin, but on the hardwoods, it's still an 1/8 inch thick. So that's neither here nor there. Also, if these were on there and you glued this on there, you would never have any trouble with that giving up and gluing on there, since it's a wooden hatch. But anyway, everything's working and slides up good. I got rid of the gap on there, and everything looks good. Thanks for watching.